Hello, May class, and welcome to your final English lesson for this week. So in the previous lesson, we were learning a little bit more about Boudica, and it was our hook lesson. So we had our expert going through a little bit more information about Boudica, telling us how we know about Boudica and where we learned about her. We also did a few activities about her. And you also wrote about a strong female figure that you knew about. So thank you for all of those that shared their work with us. Today, we are going to be looking a little bit more at a non-chronological report. So our LO today is the following. Can I understand what a non-chronological report is? So a non-chronological report is a piece of text, so a bit of writing that isn't written in time order. So we know that the word chronological means it's in time order. So non-chronological is another way of saying not chronological. So it isn't written in time order, and it can be written in different ways with different pieces of information. These are often non-fiction, and they often give information on people or events or things. As mentioned, the purpose of them, non-chronological reports don't have to be read in any order. So actually, when you read it, you can read the separate pieces of information in any order that you would like. They aim to give us information on a topic. They are written to give other people information about the topic that has been written about. They are useful for studying things we don't know a lot about because they give us information about these things. They are written in paragraphs, and these obviously also have subheadings for each paragraph, and the subheadings link to the paragraph they are written above. They contain an introduction, a main body, which would be where the normal information, the different sections of information would be, and a final paragraph. And they also contain specific features. In the next few slides, we're going to look at some examples of some non-chronological reports. And I just want you to have a look at how they're laid out, what they include, what features you see, what features you notice. We will be doing next week, we will be going over building we will be building our own toolkit for these. So, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to look at some examples of non-chronological reports, and we're going to just identify some of the features that we maybe see, some things that come up in more than one of them. So let's have a look at those. Just getting my pen. Right, so here is a non-chronological report about a man named Thomas Edison. You can see that with our fact file, we have got a heading. So I'm going to just circle things. We've got a heading. We've got subheadings. We've got short bits of information. We've got his school days. We've got some more information. We've got some fun facts over here about him. So you can see that it's not actually laid out in chronological order, like we mentioned, and that actually you could read the separate sections to learn more about him. Right, let's have a look at the next one. Here is one about castle defenses. So this one you can see has got a lot of what we've spoken about already. We've got our heading, we've got an introduction, we've got subheadings here, we have a diagram over here with some labels of different things. If we scroll up a little bit, you can see, don't know why it's not scrolling, do that. Okay, if we look a little bit more, we can see we've got a did you know box. We've got more information here. So there's my did you know box. We've got a subheading here, what weapons were used to attack castles. And then it goes a little bit more into detail about these weapons that were used. So again, there isn't a specific order to these. They've got subheadings that tell you what each paragraph is going to be about, and you could actually move around and read the different ones, the different sections. You could read them in whatever order you wanted to. Here is another example. This one is about giant pandas. Let me just move it up a little bit. So with these ones, again, we have got our heading of giant pandas. We have got the introduction there. This subheading tells me that this paragraph here is going to be about the habitat that the giant panda lives in. This one over here tells me about its diet. This one over here tells me about the habits of the panda, tells me a bit more about what the panda's like doing. We've also got a picture of the panda included into our drawings, or into our non-chronological report, sorry. If I move it up a little bit, we've got a did you know box with 2 facts, and then we've got a final paragraph here, or closing sentence about the pandas and there not being many left in the wild. So you can see that they are often laid out differently, but they have very much the similar features in them. They've got the introductory paragraph, they've got the closing paragraph, they've got paragraphs, they've got subheadings, they've got drawings or diagrams or illustrations, and they tell you all about the thing that it is written about. So this one was obviously about pandas. This one is about castle defenses. This one is about Thomas Edison. They are all giving you more information about that subject. So, like we've mentioned, I want you to think, what did you notice about the non-chronological reports that you've seen? In the next lesson, we're going to go over the features of a non-chronological report. So let's finally look at our new text map. Our new text map is about Boudica, the queen of the Iceni tribe. So I'm going to read through it with you, and then we're going to go through some of the vocabulary for our text map. Boudica, queen of the Iceni tribe. Have you ever wondered what makes a good leader? Read on to find out more about a famous leader who led her tribe in a rebellion against the Roman Empire. Who was Boudica? Boudica was the joint ruler of the British Iceni tribe, who lived in a region of Britain now known as East Anglia with her husband Prasutagus. Under Roman law, Boudica, as a woman, had no right to inherit her husband's property. Prasutagus hoped to safeguard Boudica's position by making an agreement to leave half his property to Rome. In 59 or 60 AD, Prasutagus died. When Boudica attempted to defy the Romans who had come to seize her property, they had her beaten and attacked her daughters. Physical characteristics. Boudica was a very tall woman with a mass of long red hair. She had fierce eyes and a harsh voice. Boudica was a lady who was noticed. We've got a picture of Boudica there riding into battle. We've got our little caption of Boudica riding into battle. Boudica's army. Boudica rose up and staged a rebellion against the Romans. She brought together tribes to fight the Romans and tried to force them out of Britain. Boudica led many attacks against the Roman army and Roman villages. Her army greatly outnumbered that of the Romans. It was in her final battle that Boudica met with defeat. Although her army was large, they were not as skilled or as organized as the Roman army. And our closing paragraph, or our ending one, we've got a sentence. Boudica exemplified a great leader. She was fierce, brave, and fought for what was right. We've got fast facts about her here. We've got that she was born in Britannia, which is another way of saying Britain. It's a very old way. She died in 60 or 61 AD. Other names, you may have seen different spellings of Boudica. So Boudicca, Boadicea, Badug. So there's different ways of calling her Boudica, and it could be dependent on who was saying it. Her occupation, so what she did for a living. She was queen of the Iceni tribe. Her spouse was another word for the person they were married to, was Prasutagus. And then a did you know box says the name, did you know the name Boudica means Victoria or victory? Okay, so that was this is our new text map for our writing. So let's move on to our next slide. Our key vocabulary today are the following 10 words. I'm going to read them to you, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8. I'm going to read them, so my turn, your turn. Right. Battle. Battle. Rebellion. Rebellion. Attack. Attack. Defeat. Defeat. Romans. Romans. Agreement. Agreement. East Anglia. East Anglia. Iceni. Iceni. So, a battle is a fight between two groups or a struggle against them. So to fight or struggle against is to battle against something. A rebellion is to fight against the rules or disobey authority. So if you go against the rules of the land or you fight against someone, authority means the person that leads it, you are rebelling, you are leading a rebellion. Attack. An attack obviously means to hurt someone or something and to cause harm. So we know that Boudicca's army attacked the Roman tribes. Defeat. To defeat means to win against someone or to beat someone. The Romans were an empire that invaded England in 43 AD. Agreement, to come to an understanding. East Anglia, where Boudica and her family lived. Iceni is the Celtic tribe led by King Prasutagus and then Queen Boudica. And Boudica was obviously the queen of the Iceni tribe. And Prasutagus was the husband of Boudica and the ruler of the Iceni tribe. So those two weren't at the list in the beginning, but you can add those in. So your 3 tasks today are as follows. First one, complete the sentences given below. So there are 5 sentences underneath there, using the vocabulary words we have just defined. So something was the queen of the something tribe. Her husband, something, made a deal with the Romans. She led a something against the Roman army. They fought a something against the Romans. Unfortunately, Boudica's army suffered their final. So finish those 5 sentences. Then create your own definition of the meanings of the words in a way that will help you remember them better. And once you have created your own definitions of the word, create new sentences that include your vocabulary words. And that should be 10 new sentences for each one of the words. Don't forget to share your work with us on Tapestry. We would really love to see your work. Please make sure that it is uploaded by 4 o'clock this afternoon.